Hello friends, this is Scott. We're down here at the homestead and it's the middle of July and it's the middle of fire season. And I definitely have a problem here. If any of these fireworks are going off here in this neighborhood and all the local celebrations, as well as the 24th of July, I got a problem. So I definitely do not want a fire right up to my house. So I've got to get in here and get these weeds pulled. This is just pretty much grass hay. So I'm going to have something to feed the animals. And the cows have been warming up to me a little bit, as you saw in the intro to this video. So I started to get under the deck to start pulling these weeds, and look who I found. I found Miss Thing. She's the cat that I had in Salt Lake a couple of years ago that was very sick and almost died. But she's now very comfortable here and living the best life, and found her new little hiding place. Or maybe it's an old hiding place, I don't know. But yeah, she's been hanging out under the deck, and again, she's a sweet cat. I'll show you a couple of the other cats in this video, 3 out of the 4, I should say. But there's a bed of something that's a lot bigger. I wonder if a deer's been in here. I hope I don't have deer sleeping in my yard, because I have seen them in the neighborhood. I did chase them out of my neighbor's garden the other day, a doe and a fawn. And if they're in my yard sleeping, they're going to be eating my garden. So don't want that happen. So anyway, as you see, there was a wheelbarrow with grass in it. And that kind of shows you, a little bit of progress toward the end result. And I just wanted to kind of show you how these animals react when anytime I throw any of my spent produce or weeds or anything over the fence, they come running. I don't know if I mentioned in a previous video, but the horse is back. It just got back a couple weeks ago, as well as the 2 new steers that have been here for several months. And again, they're always in my business anytime I'm out here, or they're always curious and wondering what I'm going to give them to eat. And the steers are getting a little bit more friendly. They'll come up, as you saw at the beginning of the video. At least the black one's a little bit more friendly. But the other day I was mowing, and I turned around, and it was just the only one in the pasture was right up against the fence was that yellow cow. So right up behind me, about 10 feet. So yeah, they're warming up a little bit. But yeah, they're enjoying the fruits of my labor. And again, nothing goes to waste in this yard. I'm either going to use it for the animals or use it for the compost, one of those 2 purposes generally. So yeah, they're living the best life here, and as you see, the pasture's really green, and I've only been watering once a week, pretty much. I've just been using a soaker head, and it's working much better than those little sprinklers you see people using for their pastures. That basically all it do is evaporate the water. Well, here's a look at that hill. It's now kind of flattened out. It's looking pretty good. It's not perfect by any means, but I'll be moving lots of dirt out of here, as I'll explain again here a little bit later in this video, but that's going to be where there's going to be a patio. So here's a look from the other side, and you see I've still got areas that are pretty untidy. Again, this is where I'm putting a sunken patio. I'm going to finish my drainage system and remove a lot more dirt. So that's where the sunken patio is going to be. And you may think I'm crazy, but I've moved a lot of dirt already by hand, and I'm going to finish it off. I always screen the dirt before I use it in my gardens. I was a little leery to pull the weeds on this side because of erosion, but it'll, I just need to get it cleaned up because I don't want to fire right up to my back door. A year ago is when we had the big flood. We had about 3 inches of rain in 20 minutes, and I hope it doesn't do that again, because if that area is all cleared of weeds and whatever material holding the dirt back, I could have another mudslide into my basement. So yeah, I'll be building a double terraced wall there with planting bed. I just have to, again, get to it. But we're getting to that, time of the year where the main spring rush is over, and we're just going to be into harvest time, and I can start doing some projects. Well, I started using some of the weeds in my static compost bin as the first layer before I start grabbing some manures from the pasture. And I thought that was a good idea, but we didn't have an earthquake, so you probably can figure out who got in here. I haven't built my wall up tall enough so the steers could still look in, and they obviously demolished it. So yeah, we'll fix that. Well, the chickens have also benefited greatly from all the weeds, and I've been giving them lots of greens lately, and their yolks are getting more orange, and I'm getting eggs now. It's been the first time in a long time to have fresh eggs, but I get 3 or 4 a day from these 4 new chickens, and they're starting to collect a little bit. I did edge my main garden, and it looks much better. If you see, it's not a perfectly straight line, but yeah, it looks better. But there's Miss Thing again. But as we swing around here, there's the raspberries, the bed that I put in and been working on the last couple of years. And the bushes are growing really nicely, but the problem is they're not flowering, so I'm not sure what the deal is. Are they going to be a late variety or what? I don't know. I did put some more potatoes in, a new planting from just some seed potatoes I had left over in the basement. And so, yeah, the regular potatoes are doing great, but I decided I'd do a fall crop. We'll see how that goes. Now, there's a look at the main garden. This is the east side of my yard. I'm purposely not showing you the south side because that's still a work in progress. It's kind of a mess, but yeah, this area here is looking much better, and it's pretty presentable. And you see my chicken set up in the back there. I'm going to increase the size of the chicken pen because I'm probably going to get some more chickens here and maybe in the near future. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's where the new potatoes were, and the sweet potatoes are doing good. But there's the mess of squash and other vining crops that are all kind of caught up in bindweed. So that bindweed's a mess. But as we look down here behind, on the other side of this wall, we see the asparagus is doing really well. And I needed to put more mulch in there, which I did accomplish to keep that nice and wet. And there's willow, again in my business. But yeah, the asparagus, we should be doing good. I will be adding a lot more, manures and kind of burying those crowns a little deeper before winter, and then also mulch them in with probably leaves. But yeah, looks like we're going to have some asparagus. And there's Mr. Theo, who also enjoys sitting in the asparagus patch. And because it's right next to the chicken coop, the chickens. That's my old Americana. That's what my oldest chicken is enjoying sitting in there and nibbling on the asparagus fronds too. So, yeah, the asparagus. I'm fingers crossed that it'll survive the winter and we'll get a head start. I don't think we'll have any asparagus to harvest for a couple of years, but yeah, as long as it lives the first year, it'll probably always live. Corn's doing great. My little experiment of planting it right into the mulch. I did put a line in right up at soil contact and dug in and planted it, and I just planted it in the mulch with soil. The seeds right on the soil, and yeah, they germinated very well. So should have some corn. First zucchini of the year, and went ahead and I did pick that one because I was heading out of town and I knew it'd be a baseball bat by the time I got back. But yeah, there's the first green zucchini, and I'm sure there'll be tons left. Been eating on the Wagyu beef that we raised in the pasture, and I bought a quarter from the neighbor, and those are called poor man's ribeyes, so they were pretty tasty. So anyway, but the yard is looking better. Again, we've got lots of dirt to move, and I got lots of manual labor ahead. But yeah, at least it's a little more tidy because we have Lamb Days coming up the third weekend of July, and I'm looking forward to that celebration. And again, to get that south side of the yard, I've got to get cleaned up and make it look a lot better. So that'll be a future video. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you.